Hey guys, Tanner Flowers here, and we are just now starting a brand new project. And guys, I'm the last person in the world that's ever going to tell any of my customers, hey, you need to go get a sump pump installed on this job. Because you don't know this, but I know this for a fact, that 99% of every single nationwide company inspector, salesperson coming over to your house, whenever they add that sump pump install and all that plumbing work onto your crawl space encapsulation bill, do you realize that more than 90% of you never needed that sump pump? Huh? Did you know that? You probably didn't. So this job right here, we came here to start it this morning, and he didn't need a sump pump. We was just under here last week. It was dry as a bone. But it's been piss pouring rain here for like 2 days straight. And I'm going to go into here right now and show you and everybody else exactly what you're going to be looking at when you really do need a sump pump. And if you don't see this stuff, don't let these pieces of crap sell you nothing. Here we go. Let's go look at this. All right, guys. Got my main man, Chance Widener, over here hard at work. What's up, Chance?
How's it going?
Take you on back in here, guys. Let me stop for just 1 second and turn the light on this camera. Okay, there we go. Going to move forward now. So take notice, guys. Right now you're looking at this old, this is probably a 3 mil black vapor barrier that's been down in this home since it was built. You don't see any standing water, do you? No, of course not. You don't see it anywhere. And let me turn around here. You don't see any standing water anywhere around here, around Chance or me. But if we keep crawling back towards this way, you are going to see some standing water here momentarily. And a lot of the water is flowing down towards that direction right here. But I'm getting ready to stop all that crap because I'm going to stop it at the source. See, David's already got a French drain around the outside of this house, just like a lot of you have. But the way the ground is sloped, all the water from outside at his driveway is coming towards me. And if we look down here, that over there, that back wall, that is the furthest point. All that water's coming off that driveway, settling down into that low point, and I'll go over there in just a second, and all that water is holding up into this puddle right here. This was not here last week, okay? So now that we got here this morning and seen this, I'm always telling people, worst case scenario in the future, if you were to ever get any water on top of the poly, we could come in at that time and put a sump pump in if needed. But guys, if you've got this much standing water and you run that encapsulation over that, and I don't care if you're as perfect as we are, and I know none of yous are, but I don't care how perfect you do it, that water will come through a seam. All it needs is a pinhole, and you'll never even see that pinhole, but you'll come in here one day and you'll see water standing on top of your poly, and what are you going to do then? Well, let's go ahead and address that before it ever happens. So what we're going to end up doing here, and I've still got to go get all these materials, but what, let me squeeze through here. God, I better watch what I'm doing. I'm gonna get friggin' soaked. So look at all this, guys. All this water standing here. We are going to start from that corner. We are going to put a French drain all the way around that, all the way down to that corner, down that wall to that point right there. And then we will angle from that point right over to here. And I'll angle from that point right there right over to here. I'm probably going to install the basin somewhere exactly right in this vicinity where all this big puddle is holding up. I will run another drain line right over there to the edge of that pier, and I will have it all one drain line, 2 drain lines coming over for a third, so 3 drain lines will all be coming into the basin, which will be located right here. That will then have a sump pump in it that will pump this water up. I'll run it over, and we're going to run it all the way down the back side of that crawl space over there to that far wall and discharge it out of the home's main drain line over here. That will send it way out into the fields along with the rest of his drainage water. So I'll show you here. It's just on the other side of Chance. You'll see that pipe right there. So I'm going to be working, and we'll tie in everything to that right there. So there you go, guys. I hope all of you have learned something. I hope I've been able to save a whole lot of you from wasting your money. And I hope it kept it out of some of the crooks' pocket. And any of you crooks that don't like it, oh, I wish I could say what I really want to. And one of these days I'm going to let loose. I'm really going to start saying what I really feel. And it just ain't time for that yet. We ain't at that point. But it's coming, baby. So stay tuned, guys. This crawl space is going to have a complete makeover. It's going to be just another immaculate masterpiece here in just a very short amount of time. And let's get to work on getting rid of this water. So last week, Wednesday, I believe it was, I showed you guys the truth about sump pumps and crawl spaces and some of the things that you need to look for that would entail that you actually needed to have a sump pump installation done under your home. So Chance and I dug our tails off last Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. That's all we did was dig, 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 dig. And right now we've got the biggest mess that you've ever laid eyes on. And that's what I'm going to show all you guys right now is this mess before we go to the next step. So here we go. Let me turn this camera around and show all you guys. So right in front of me here is, let me make sure I've got a good grip on my phone. I don't want to drop it in there. That is one of the main trenches that we've got dug going back to that sump pump basin. If you'll remember in last week's video, pretty much that entire area over there was standing water. The main basin hole is actually just below the basin itself. It does not have any holes drilled in it right now, so it is actually floating. Most people don't know to drill holes even inside those things, but this trench goes all the way back up to that back wall, and it goes, golly, man, hang on. I got a board right here. I really didn't want to go over there and get in that, but it ain't like it matters. Gonna be covered in shit anyway in a little bit, so it don't matter. So let's cross this board here and hope that I don't lose my balance. Okay, so now once again, there's where I just was. That trench was leading over there to the sump pump basin. There is a trench coming out from that side. It goes all the way up through here. Okay. And notice all this dirt to the sides of this. That's exactly what we got to work on getting out of here today. And as it's coming out, we've got to work on bringing the rock in. So just want to show all of you this trench. Then it goes all the way onto this back wall. And right back down to the basin. Now, over here is another trench that is going into the basin as well. Over there on that side, hard to see from here. You can see it a little bit right there. Goes back there to that pier. So 3 main lines are going to be going inside that, and I will post another update video here shortly. I mean, get a good look at all this mess, guys. I mean, look at this. Kind of that big chunk of concrete. I mean, you're not going to believe what it's all going to look like whenever we get through with finished. I mean, you're not going to believe what it looks like whenever we get finished with everything. It's going to be pretty amazing. We'll talk to you soon. Trying to get this friggin' mud off my hands so I can give you guys an update. Okay, so the last you guys saw, all you saw was the basic trench We had been digging for 3 days. Well, there ended up being some huge boulders within these trenches, and we've been working the past 2 days getting rid of those boulders. Now that they are gone, we just finished putting the fabric down into the trench. I've started a little bit of the gravel backfill there, but notice this fabric goes in first. Hang on a second. There, that's a lot better. I couldn't get the light on. Anyway, guys, the fabric goes down inside the trench first. That's what you see here. This is a basic landscaping fabric. Okay, once the fabric is inside the trench, then the perforated pipe goes in on top of that, and then you begin the backfill with the gravel. Once the gravel has been backfilled, I like to fold the flaps back over, and then I will backfill back over the tops of those, and once I'm finished, it will look just like that one right there that I just completed, going from that trench all the way down into the sump pump basin. So that pipe right there is coming from that trench. This inlet right here is what begins and goes all the way around this entire perimeter. You'll see Chance and David back there still working on getting the last bit of this dirt out of here. That pipe goes all the way around, back down through here, and back in right here. So look at my hand, guys. Oh yeah, baby. I ain't gonna do that. 3 points. There's the sump pump in the bottom. All right, guys, let's get back to work. 7 freaking days. 7 freaking days. Nothing but digging, aggravation, and just all out pure hell, if you want to know the truth about it. Let me flip this camera around and show you guys all this. Chance and David are just now getting ready to start laying out this brand new 6 mil poly. We're going to put a brand new 6 mil down over everything before we begin any of the 20 mil encapsulation work. Which, once again, that will be a 20 mil fiberglass reinforced poly going back down over the top of everything. If you guys will remember, last Wednesday I showed you guys a video of this same crawl space, and the whole middle section of it had standing water in it. Well, we didn't even know that was like that. We showed up last Wednesday to start the encapsulation work, and boy, were we ever surprised. And sometimes you run into things like that. And we got busy on getting it corrected. And we dug. And we dug. And we dug some more Friday. And we dug some more Monday. And Tuesday. And Wednesday we hit a bunch of rocks. And I sit back there and chiseled. And chiseled. And chiseled. And got them rocks out. And finally, here we are, guys. There's the basin, which on the other side of the basin, going back there towards that pier, you will notice that drain line coming towards it there. That's the one, that's the first one I'm talking about. That drain line comes down and goes inside the sump pump basin here. You'll notice this line coming in through the basin here. And by the way, I will be putting the lid on this before this job is complete. And that drain line goes all the way around this problematic area that we were dealing with the standing water. And right then that just hit me in the ear. I want to show you guys something. Guys, look at the amount of condensation taking place on the bottoms of these copper lines. Now, a lot of this is just due to the moisture in the crawl space, the differences in temperatures of the water and stuff passing through those lines, and the temperature within this crawl space. There's also a problem right back here where that dryer vent is not connected, and it is just blowing all that hot air under here. As soon as that dryer kicks on, moisture levels are kicking up through the roof. We've got to get that straightened out before this project is completed. Keep in mind, every bit of this had standing water on it, all of it. This full section had standing water on it. So guys, inside this trench, as you might remember, has got the landscaping fabric all the way down. We've got the perforated pipe with the fabric around it laying inside that. We've got the gravel backfilled on top of all that. We folded the fabric back on top of itself and backfilled over the top of that. If I was to sit here and pull some of this back, God, my fingers are friggin' raw. And you'll see right here, there is the top layer of fabric. So anyway, just trying to give you guys an idea of what these drain lines should be looking like when it's finished. I don't know anyone else that puts that fabric around them. Most people would just simply ask, well, why do you got to put the fabric for? The pipe already has fabric on it, Tanner. Yeah, because maybe we don't do stuff the half-ass way like all the cheap asses do it. So if you'd like to have a cheap-ass job done by a group of half-ass individuals, call them up. Because I'm going to go ahead and let everybody know right now watching this video, if any of you listening to this video right now, any of you, I don't care where you're at, who you are, man, woman, young, old, black, white, it don't matter to me. If you want us to do any of this work right here, it's going to cost you. I will never in my life ever commit to doing one of these projects right here for what I did this job for right here. We did this to help my buddy out, to be able to get this taken care of so we could do what he wanted us to do with that encapsulation project. I don't mind doing this type of work, but I'm letting all of you know before you even call and ask me, if you want us to do it, you can rest assured, as you can see, it's going to be done better than you could get anybody to do it. But I'm going to tell you, you're going to pay me to do it. And if you don't want to pay me to do it, you can let that water come all the way up into your house for all I care. I ain't doing it. Now, keep going this way right here, and you'll notice you don't see a drop of water nowhere. But just a few days ago, as you seen in our before video, this entire area was completely full of water. Completely full. The basin was full of water. All the lines were completely full of water. And now you don't see any. That's because we know how to fix all this stuff the right way. And all that goes right back over into the basin. Boom. Look at that. Bam. Alright guys, so that work is completed. All the standing water is gone, and now we got to get our butts in gear and get started on cleaning what little bit of this trash we got left picked up, and we're going to get started doing the encapsulation work and get a good look, guys, because what you're looking at right now is going to blow your minds away here in about 5 or 6 more days. Stay tuned. You know how it's going to look. CrawlSpaceArtist.com, best in the business. Nobody's beating us. Don't care what you think. Don't care what you say. You want your job done right? Give me a shout. 423-503-0512. I'm out.